Hey, it's your man Devin, fresh from a rip. See, these are the tears in my eyes. But anywho, that's not why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is because I want to explain to you guys why this thing shows up in so many videos that it probably shouldn't. But as you notice, I cover songs on 6 string on an 8 string for no reason. Or rap songs on an 8 string for no reason. And there is an actual explanation for that. The answer is sometimes I really, really enjoy playing a song, right? I enjoy playing a song so much that I don't want to stop midway playing a song, right? So I enjoy playing the bass line because this is a bass E. The standard guitar tuning still applies, so E A G B D E no, blah, blah, E A D G B E dyslexia, or phonetically Eadagupa. Or if you're using an 8 string like me, I use it E B E A D G B E, or sometimes I tune the B to an A. So it became Eadagupa. Yeah. So there are like 5 main reasons why I love this guitar so much. One, I'm a left-handed guitarist, okay? And this is just going to put into some perspective for you the struggles I have as a left-handed guitarist. This thing is so damn rare. So rare. I had to import this thing to Canada. It might not seem rare anywhere else in America, where you guys are lucky to have 8 strings all the time. But I am just a left-handed guitar in buttfuck nowhere, Canada. And finding a guitar of this quality, even though it don't have the Fishman options that most Legator guitars have, because this is a lower end guitar. But everything about this is amazing. And when I mean lower end guitar, I know this guitar out the box is like, it's way too much. It's way too much for. It's way too much in this economy right now. I was lucky to get this. I was so lucky to get this, and I have embraced this thing ever since. Might I say, left-handed guitarists, we have a tendency to try to find guitars, and all of a sudden, there's a 16% markup because of the dexterity. Like, and what's even worse for finding guitars as a left-handed guitarist is the availability of left-handed guitarists, because we only make like 6%, 6 to 10% of the guitar market, and the rest is right-handed guitarists. Now, to avoid going on too long about this, I gotta do the rest of these points too. So the second reason I really like having the ability to have 8 strings is some days you just want to play bass, but you don't want to actually play a bass guitar. I personally do not own a bass guitar, and I don't see myself owning a bass guitar, because as long as I see myself with an 8 string, I don't see myself owning a bass guitar. I know this is controversial to some bass heads, but like, you could do the same stuff. Yes, I'm slapping on a on an 8 string. That's the beauty of the 8 string. You can play. Or you could just still play. You still got the available range of the guitar, but you can also play like the bass line too, and that's important to me. That's important to me. As a musician, I love being able to access the full range of what I'm going in. And that is point number 2. Point number 3 of why this guitar I tend to gravitate towards a lot. Because there is a guitarist known as Stephen Carpenter, and he taught me at a very young age that as long as you have the availability of the E range, doesn't matter how low you tune the rest of the strings or the rest of the guitar, as long as you have the ability to hit the highest note in a song and the lowest note in a song, you could play it on that instrument. And here's an example of that. Uh, you could play Psychosocial on this guitar. You don't even have to move around too much. You could play. Um, See? You can even play Aerials by System of a Down on this thing just by shifting a bit. Whew. This guitar allows you so much access throughout music. It's crazy. It's like when the phone came about and we could access the internet. A big boom of information. Now, I'd say point 4. Point 4 is the most, I'd say, superficial part of why I love this guitar and use it so much. It is honestly how it looks. This guitar has a name to it. It has a code name to it. This guitar, its name, for the first time saying this guitar's name on the internet, this is Kirby Doflamingo. Because it looks like Kirby. It looks like Kirby. You can make him happy, you can make him depressed, but all that's known is that he is in the bridge section most of the time. These all glow in the dark. The side dots glow in the dark too, which came stock. But I added all this glow in the dark stuff to it, even at the back of the headstock. I added it too. Because I am half blind. I'm not completely blind out of my right eye, but I can't really see out of my right eye. It's just like, you know, when you're looking through those drunk lenses at those anti-drinking PSA places? When you're a kid? Yeah, that's exactly why. Sometimes it's just better if you could see everything. Now, this is something I haven't talked about much. This thing, what I do with this thing is when I'm recording, sometimes I like to slide it down. So it mutes the strings and excess string noise. And yeah, it's green. It suits the color scheme because of the green button and the green. Yeah. Now, 2 more additions here. Not Monkey D. Ace, Portgas D. Ace, because watch One Piece, and Master Roshi, because this guitar is a vibe. Now, number 5 of why I really love this guitar, and why I don't see myself playing much other guitars, other than what I already own. And if I get an 8-string endorsement later, it's gonna have this. It's gonna have this easy accessibility, okay, of everything. This guitar from the scale. Ooh, I just hit a plate with this. Don't worry, I didn't damage it. See, no damage. We still good. But if you look, this has fan frets, and what that does is I could tune really low on the low end without too much of give on the string. But the most important part of the ergonomics of this guitar are these right here, okay? Now, these are just something you just mess around with once when you're changing your strings at the end of it, and you're good. You don't need to mess with these even further because you just tune up there. But if you notice, look how clean my tuners look. How clean my tuners look? With standard tuners, I would get so annoyed with having to wrap it. I'd say the only other guitar of mine that I have to do something unique with, besides like my other 6-string, my Harley Benton 6-string having these locking tuners, is I kind of do this thing on my Ibanez RG, my 93 RG with the custom paint job. I put the strings in backwards. I learned this back in like 2010, and I have been putting the strings in backwards in my Ibanez ever since. This is a longer video than I put out, but that's literally. I said I'd make a guitar video on this one day and why I love it so much, and here I am. There are so many reasons I love this guitar, and other than that, I'm going to make a video on that Ibanez RG soon. I got a lot to say about that. Other than that, just start the other than that count, guys. Start like 5 other than that's ago. I'd say this guitar gives me so much freedom, so much mental space to do whatever the hell I want in music, that it's indescribable, the feeling. I wish y'all could understand the love that I feel with this thing right here. Like comment, subscribe, and tell me if you have something similar like this, a tool that makes everything way easier for you. Something that makes what you do 100 to even 1,000 times more fun. Because that's what this guitar does for me. It makes everything better for me. That and my 7-string and like my other guitars, these are home. But this guitar gives me so much more freedom compared to those. And I feel like I'm picking favorites. It's hard to pick favorites because I don't like picking favorites.